Hey, welcome to Gear Jammer Garage. Today I'm working on this 2022 Harley Davison Road Glide. It's not mine, it's a friend of mine's. Had me come over, wants me to change the handlebars for him. So figured I'd come over and make a video about it. Maybe it'll help some of you guys if you're trying to do this. It's not that hard. It's a lot of tedious work. He's already done some stuff to it. Changed the exhaust. That's cool. There's not much lighting in here, and I apologize for that. This is not my garage. Let's jump right into it. He had the bags off because he was changing the exhaust. I told him just leave it off because I'm gonna need access to this side. First thing you want to do, unplug the battery. Well, I'm just gonna take off the fuse, and then everything you're gonna do is pretty much up here. It has a cable clutch, so we're gonna have to relieve tension on it. I think he's getting new grips, new mirrors. Everything else is gonna stay the same. So what's cool about these, the Road Glides, is that the handlebars and the forks are separated from the fairing. I have put handlebars on Road King, on my Road King actually. You could see that. I have another video on that. I think it was like a 3-part series. This is not going to be that in depth. I don't need to take the tank off. I don't need to mess with the brake lines because his bars are not tall enough. That's them right there. I believe they're 12-inch. I don't know, when I get to that step I'll show you. So let's jump right in. Unplug the battery, then we're gonna start taking all this stuff off here. There's the Torx here you gotta take off. You gotta take off this here, the gauges, this stuff here, and all the wiring will be underneath this. Once you unplug that, you take the bars off, and running the wires, reusing these old wires and running them in the new handlebars is where most of the work is going to be. So let's get to it. Real quick before I start the time lapse, these clamps here are T27. Okay, the ones for this bracket that goes over the switches, that is T25. So you're gonna need those two for sure. And then there's some screws over here to take the gauges off. That one is also a T25. Okay, now before you take this apart, let me move the camera real quick. All right, to take off the trip button, I remember. See, you can push it down. What you do is you lift it up, and then it's got a tab underneath. It slides in, so you just push up and there it comes off. All right, that's it. And then to put it on, it just kind of slides in. You'll hear it click, and then you push it down, and that's it. This is the hard side, the throttle side, because you got the 2 wires to deal with and then the thick one for the throttle by wire. I did this on time lapse, so real quick, I'm going to show you the way that I like to do this, and it does make it a little bit simple. I know you probably didn't catch it with the time lapse, but I'll demonstrate real quick. I tried with a piece of wire, doesn't work. I tried with a piece of weed whacker, string trimmer line, didn't work. We tried with a ground wire from like the house electrical. What was it? That was like 23 or 15.3.
Yes.
It was 15.3. We tried 15.3, didn't work. And this is the way I do it. I tried all these other ways to do it today, didn't work for me. I usually use cooking twine because I have it laying around in my kitchen. Today I'm using a shoelace. Just wrap it around something. So we're gonna use Dale's screwdriver here. I'm not in my garage, so I'm using, you know, limited tools. All right. Get it started, keep it neat. All right. Once you get that started and you keep it neat, shove that in the hole. And then hold it, pull the screwdriver out, plug this hole, give it some air, and it'll start pushing the shoelace. Eventually, the only way that the air comes out is through over here, and the shoelace will stop here, and then all you gotta do is just fish it out. So we'll do this a couple of times. If you see it getting stuck, just kind of free it up a little bit, hit it again. There's your shoelace. All right, so the wire on this side actually goes in through this hole. I'll just push this in, grab it through right here. You saw how not complicated it is to do this. The black connectors go to the bike. The colored connectors go to the switches that go here. Same thing on this side. The black connectors go to the bike. And the colored ones go to the switches. So I'm gonna continue from here on. From here moving forward is just reverse of everything we've done already. I'll put the switches back on this side. Same thing on that side. When you are taking these apart, be careful with this ribbon cable here. They just have this little clip thing, and that's what holds it on the bar. Don't mess that up. Same thing on that side. Put you guys back on the tripod, do some time lapse, get the handlebars ready, and when we're ready to put them back on the bike, I'll have Dale sit on the bike, tell me where he wants them, I'll tighten them, and then I'll put everything back the same way he took it off. I got the bars on real quick. I just want to make sure everything works. I'm gonna hook up the main fuse, start the bike. If everything checks out, turn signals. I can't check the brake lever, but I could push the button and try it that way. If everything works good, then we don't have wiring issues and we are good to continue. If I have some problem with something, then we have to check again. So, all right, let's see. Well, brake lights work. Doesn't want to start. Alright, there we go. That was the accessory. This is ignition. That's just the alarm. All right, everything's working right now. The brake lights, I kind of had to put my finger in the button to make them shut off, because other than that, the bike thinks that you're hitting the brakes. Actually, it's on this side, right? The bike thinks that you're hitting the brake. So it turns on, high beams work, brakes work, horn works, turn signals work. So I'm gonna continue what I'm doing. That tells me that all the electrical checks out. All right, real quick, the GoPro keeps overheating. The battery doesn't want to charge. I'm at 12% right now, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll come back for the outro. I just want to say everything that we do here is gonna be the reverse as the way that we took it off. I'm gonna pull the fuse out because I need to have this turned for that bezel thing that goes here. The gauges get plugged in to this connector here that I gotta route so that it's on this side. There's 2 screws there. This is done, that's done. We just did this off camera real quick and it looks pretty good. All right, right, we got the handlebars on, and I do apologize. I was having issues with the camera overheating and not charging properly, but like I said, it's just a reverse process of the way you took it off. We did change the windshield. We added this foam mount here. We did change the mirrors. And one thing, and I know the lighting sucks in here, but if you have your handlebars all the way forward, this screw here will be blocked. Maybe you can see it better on this side. No, you can't. All right, hang on. Let me get my light, my phone light. See that screw there? If your handlebars are all the way forward, that screw will be blocked. So we had to turn it back just about 1/8 of an inch, just to kind of sneak in here and be able to tighten that. Other than that, put the fuse back in, put the saddlebag back on. That was it, man. That was the only issues that I ran into, is just this screw here. The cables, actually, you know what? Yeah. On the clutch cable, on this side, it has a sleeve. Okay. This sleeve right here, if you lift this and just pull this up, just lift it, pull it up. There's this red tab. Push the red tab in, and it'll release the tension as far as the, it's like kind of like a throttle cable, like on an old carburetor, or like a kickdown cable. Move this out of the way, right? Compress this spring, and the way you do that, you just grab this and push. And I know it's dark. Just grab this, push it. It'll compress the spring, and then you can lock it again, and that'll take off the tension as far as where the lever's at, and then you'll be able to play around with it and move it. Once you're done, release the tension, make sure that the spring expands, and then push it back in. And then the spring will be the one putting the tension on the clutch cable and then, you know, on the clutch mechanism, and then you just put the sleeve back in. It's not a big deal. It's just like a cover, and then this other piece here, this little like rubber thing, and then just put that back on there and cover it up. Other than that, if you're not gonna go higher than, Dale, how high are these?
12.
If you're not gonna go higher than 12, it's a little difficult as far as like stuff like that, but you can reuse the stock cables and the stock wiring. Anything higher than this, you will need to get extended wiring and extended cables. So that's it. I hope this video helps you out if you're trying to do this. Like I said, it's not hard, it's just very, very tedious. So if you don't have the confidence to do it, just take it into Harley. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.